I can see you still, and I'm alone.
Now we get to the 2-star movies, which are mediocre at best. Now this is the lowest I've rated a movie so far. And that was only with one movie. That was when I did my last Airbender review, that a lot of my friends who watched the video said I was being too lenient on the movie. My sister said that, but these are movies where the bad finally outweighs the good. Not by too much, but it's definitely noticeable that there are a few too many flaws here and not enough jumps or ups. They're not train wreck movies by any means, but they're just not good movies, guys. With sequel season in the mix, and I've got a lot of sequels and prequels and whatnot to do in the next few months, but I'll probably pick a lot more of these. Other than Last Airbender, no movies are coming to my mind that are good enough to be called 2-star movies. Well, better put in, they're right in the spectrum to call them 2-star movies. Not good enough to be called 2.5, not bad enough to be called 1.5 or below. But this is where it comes to the point where I cannot recommend this movie to anyone. Maybe a few people who are kind of obsessed with it, but they're not just good. And I hate to say it only gets worse from here.
And I'm alone.
Now, movies I give 1.5 stars finally cross the line into being capital B-A-D bad movies. When you see these movies, you can barely tell that there's anything good in them. I would be lying if I didn't say there were some things, but you can't even notice them. You walk into a theater and halfway through you wish you never bought a ticket. You wish you hadn't rented that movie from Blockbuster, which I know in some towns they don't even have Blockbusters anymore. Thank you, Netflix. But they're bad. They suffer from direction, acting, storytelling, dialogue, you name it. They can be in this movie. Examples for me would be certain Friday the 13th or Halloween sequels. Halloween 2, the remake, the most recent movie that was done by Rob Zombie. God, I hated that movie. It was terrible. There are some others, but it sums it up. These are bad movies. You don't like them. Sometimes they can fall alone in the point of just disappointing movies. Like, if you only hate a movie because it was disappointing, you could probably put it there. But whenever you watch them, you really just wish you could watch something else. You don't like them. I don't like them. Hopefully I don't have to review too many of them, but I still have 3 more star ratings I have to talk about, so let's keep going.
And I'm alone.
Now, movies I only give a single star are just horrible. Awful. Really bad, if you'd like. Some examples I can think of are... I'll stick with the Friday the 13th sequels. The 2 in particular are Jason Takes Manhattan. The one I'm thinking of, and Jason X. Both are horrible movies, by the way, that butcher the character of Jason. These are the movies where it's not anymore that there are a couple of little small good things about them. There may be only like one, at most, good thing about it. And like, for instance, Jason X had that one freeze-face death scene, which I thought was kind of cool. A good way to put this is the thought of having one of these movies go through your mind is like the thought of someone throwing up on you. I know that's a gross metaphor, but I can think of no better way to put it, because it's in your head and it won't get out. They're just awful, really. This is the realm of directors that I think are making an effort to give you a good movie, but they just aren't doing it. I'm sorry, it's not a hopeless, sad effect like sometimes the movies have. Horrible acting, horrible writing, horrible direction, horrible dialogue. I haven't seen any movies that Uwe Boll made, but from the reviews and videos, I've kind of looked over at them on YouTube. I'm guessing they would be put into this star rating at most. I might even put them even lower, since most everyone says Uwe Boll is the Ed Wood of today. And oh boy. Let's just get them over with. They're horrible.
And I'm lonely.
Now, if movies that I give a full star feel like you've just been thrown up on, movies that I give half a star feel like you've been sprayed by a skunk. The metaphor is vomit while it's disgusting. You can wash it off in the bathtub, and for the most part, you'll get the smell away. You gotta do a lot more to get a skunk spray off your clothes and off your body. That's the best way to put it. These are the movies that I don't even feel try. It's so sad. Most anything made by Jason Friedberg or Aaron Seltzer, who, if you don't know, I'll reference them many times. I hate them very much. They're the guys who did Epic Movie, Date Movie, Disaster Movie, Meet the Spartans, Vampires Suck. They used to produce the scary movies, but you know what? Forget them. It's as if they say, you know what? Forget the audience. We don't give a damn about them. They'll pay it, and they'll come to see more. And that's what I really find sad about those movies. People still pay to see them. Most all of them make millions of dollars. Hell, Vampires Suck made more money on its opening weekend than Scott Pilgrim vs. the World did. What the hell? You know, I really wish I could just end it here and go back to some of my 5-star movies, but I have, sadly, one more star rating I have to talk about. So, let's get this over with.
And I'm lonely.
Mediocre? No. Bad? No. Awful? No. Horrible? No. Abysmal? Still no. All of those together, put with a whole bunch of other synonyms for the word bad, you bet your freaking ass that's how bad these movies are. These are the movies that not only do they not try to give us something good, they intentionally feel like they're giving us something horrible. Jaws 4, The Pacifier with Vin Diesel, Batman and Robin, and what is, in my opinion, the absolute worst movie ever made, Battlefield Earth. They all are 0-star movies. They are bad, horrible, god-awful, rotten, terrible. You give me some more synonyms for it, actually, because I could use them in my later reviews. I don't want to talk about them much. They feel like you've fallen through vomit, got out and were sprayed by a skunk, and then fell into a manure field. If all the... Okay, actually, a better way to put it, if all the other star ratings were in a barrel, and 0.5-star movies were at the bottom of the barrel, 0-star movies would be if you lifted up that barrel and you found out it triggered a sinkhole, which geologists, I know that's not how sinkholes work, but stick with a metaphor, and then you sunk all the way to the bottom. That's where you'd find these 0-star movies. They are the worst of the worst. They are just awful pieces of shit. And, you know, I don't even want to say that much about them. It's almost hard to make a movie that bad, but Roger Christian, Joel Schumacher, they've done it. I'm sure with the collaborated attempts of Freeberg and Seltzer, I have to mention them with 0 stars. They're the worst of the worst. Let's just put it nicely. And I don't want to put it nicely, because these are movies I feel ripped off of, even if I didn't pay for a thing. Heck, if I walked into a movie store and watched this, I'd feel ripped off. Because I would have wasted 1.5 to 2.5 hours of my life on this garbage. No, sorry, garbage is nice. The bottom of the sinkhole movies. That's what I'm gonna call them. Sinkhole movies. Half-star movies are skunk spray movies, and 1 star are vomit movies, but 0 stars are bottom of the sinkhole movies.
And I'm alone.
So I hope that explains my star system well enough for you. I think I've spelled it out well enough, and I'm hoping I don't have to review any vomit, skunk spray, or bottom of the sinkhole movies anytime soon. And if I mentioned movies in my past reviews that you have never even heard of, then, well, for the good ones anyway, the 3-star or up, then you can even go check them out. But other than that, I'll just leave you with the classic ending. You can find all of my movie reviews on my channel. If you have a movie you'd like me to review, recommend it in this video or on my channel itself. And until next time, peace!